Hello and welcome to another episode of Trailblazers Rising. Today is going to be a very interesting day because I have with me Hedi, who is from Germany. So if I start taking on your accent, that's just my autism speaking. I'm going to try not to. And we're going to have a fantastic conversation about the growth and the spirituality and the energetics behind being a successful female founder, because Hedi, like myself, has been through a lot of ups and downs, both emotionally and health-wise. So I'm very excited to dive in. Hedi, tell everybody who you are and why they should love you.
I'm so excited to be here. Thank you so much. I'm Hedi. I'm a work-life innovation coach and transformational speaker. I live in Germany, but as we can now, broadcast to the entire world, which is super exciting. I help especially high achievers who want to come home to themselves, out of the overwhelm hamster wheel, and into their true power, from survival to thrival, business creation, and life creation, because it's one. For me, it's really one. We're one person. We shouldn't wear masks because it's too draining, and to really, to be the most empowered version of you and crush it here on earth, because this is a one-time chance.
Absolutely. And here's the thing too, that I wanted everybody to understand about masking. And I have this conversation with a lot of people. Masking is emotional manipulation. And the reason that it's so draining is because instead of spending your time, like me and Hedi, talking to each other, instead of spending your time listening to what they're saying and responding authentically, you're spending time in your brain saying to yourself, what do I think they really mean? What do I think they want me to say? What do I think they want me to behave like? How do I think? Like, one of the reasons it took me so long to get tattoos that were visible 24/7 and not just like on my neck or on my side that I could cover is because I was always envisioning, well, what if I need to go into a professional setting, or what if I need to do this, or what if I need to do that? Because I was so used to morphing myself and changing and being a chameleon. But now where I walk in is where the fuck I am. And this is how I'm going to behave. And every time somebody hires me and we meet for the first time for their, like coaching program, or if they're like, hey, I think I want to work with you, and we do a discovery call, they all say to me, they go, wow, you're exactly like you are online. And I said, I'm exactly, you're going to get me, whether I'm low energy or high energy. I'm going to be the same person no matter what. So the authenticity is the missing piece if your business is not going where you want it to. Wouldn't you agree?
100%, 1,000%, 1,000%. And if you're into stats and into research, it shows that authenticity has the highest energy possible, because as you said, you're not wasting anything anymore. It's no and go.
No and go. I like it. Okay, so let me ask you this. We're going to get into these questions.
Yep. Cool.
Your industry
go
isn't, yeah, right? Okay, so I just want to make sure. Okay, here it is. Your industry is evolving so fast, right? Public speaking, energy work, working with entrepreneurs. So what is one way that you've had to pivot or adapt in the last year so that you can keep growing?
I just hold on.
Okay. We're having pet issues,
okay,
just so that everybody knows.
Pivoting is my second nature. So this is what I just printed. So Changelicious is the potential in every pivot, the commitment to seeing the beauty in the breakdown, and the superpower that turns chaos into delicious chances, turmoil into tasty triumphs, and mess into sweet success. I don't even know how many times I've pivoted. I can't tell you. Like, it's a constant. And I think this is also something that most entrepreneurs or beings on this planet, we have to realize we are limitless beings. And if you're on the creator state, it's a state, then that's your most authentic self. And whatever it is you want to bring about it, because that's what the world needs. If you're connected and you're in flow and you're like, damn, I want to create my own merch, or I want to create my own book, there is a reason for it. And other people will be like, this is the missing piece I need in order to, get on the next level. So I have people, in my mailbox, I'm stunned by the impact, little things that just came through in the morning, putting it out and then have immediate impact because it is so fast how a product goes to your audience and creates an impact, and people are already in line waiting for it, like, okay, dropping it, now they can level up. So this is how I think the entire universe works. So if you're not doing this, you are not just missing out for yourself because it's super fun. You're missing out for other people who desperately need this missing piece that only you have. And when I realized that this actually is, that we're all connected, and that is that it's just our nature, it was complete game changer, completely. And I hope that everyone just pivots all the time. It's not failure, it's pivoting. If you're like, okay, this doesn't work, okay, let's go, let's level up, let's learn from this and make it even better. Boom.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. All right, so here's my favorite question. What inspired you to start your business, and how has that initial vision evolved over time?
My daughter. Freedom. My biggest value is freedom. And my daughter, because she became the ultimate reason why I faced all of what I needed to face, all the shadows, all the trauma. Business creation is, amongst being a mother, I think the has the greatest potential for growth. Let's put it that way. Because you have to adapt so quickly, and you are getting faced with all your fears at such a brutal speed. So the like, my daughter is my greatest teacher, because she is so abundant, she is so full of life, and I wanted to be that way, not just at home but also in business, because I was not going like, okay, I can't be two people anymore. Like, I can't play a role anymore. It's just not happening anymore. So I needed to find a way to be safe all of the time, grow all of the time, and create an impact that I look back and say, okay, I think I tried everything to give everything to this planet to evolve. So this was my initial booster. What was the second question? You asked me two questions.
How has your initial vision evolved over time?
Okay, so my initial vision was sitting at the beach all day long and, doing a little, like working a little, and then just being at the pool. The location is still in progress. It's still downloading, and I didn't know how much work this would be in terms of patience and in terms of calming my nervous system to receive and not work. So I've created, after I had this vision, I was in full panic, and I created a boot camp, a private boot camp for myself, as a lot of my clients do, by the way. Like, I can't live this fulfilled life. It can't be that easy. So I came up with insane methods on how to, create a YouTube channel that the first video took off, and I was like, oh no, that can't be that easy. So I sabotaged myself so it would be way harder, So that I had to turn around for a couple of pivoting rounds, like a lot of my clients who realized, wow, my belief is that that life is hard. So how can I prove myself more and more and more and more, and feel more exhausted and more exhausted? So my vision has been the same, to be honest, but I also didn't know how good it feels to be at certain states along the way and just enjoy that, and just really
Yeah.
enjoy that, because my level of peace today, and that's also what I just got off a call with a client, and she was like, it doesn't matter, my goals don't matter anymore, because the state is so delicious that I feel I feel good. I feel at
Yeah.
peace with the world, with myself. I can go to bed, sleep well. I wake up energized, and I've got nothing to prove anymore. I
Yeah.
feel. And what an accomplishment in a world where especially women have been trained to, never be enough, not be seen for who they truly are, not be seen for their feminine power. So yeah, I think we're living in exciting times, and there's so much more to come now.
There really is. It's really hard for us overperformers, for us caretakers, for the women who were told your value comes from what you can do for others, right? I was raised in a really toxic household, and learned that my parents and my sibling were abusive to me and neglectful, and that neglect is abuse. And, there's just as much trauma
Yeah.
from what didn't happen as from what did happen. And, really that comparing yourself to other people and being taught that, like, you can't feel bad about something that happened to you because something worse happened to somebody else, right? I always use this as an example. I have a
Right.
friend who I've known
Yes.
for many years. We worked together at the very busy restaurant that will not be named. And we've worked together on and off in these past couple of years since being entrepreneurs. And in her childhood, when she was, I want to say 6 years old, she witnessed one of her parents get brutally unalived in front of her. And because she has such a close knit family, she's very close with her other parents. She's very close with her siblings, her aunts, her uncles, all that sort of stuff. They've really been able to navigate that tragedy with, like, love and support for each other. And then you compare it to my childhood, where I was constantly invalidated. I was neglected emotionally. I was there was all sorts of stuff that happened to me that I didn't even realize was bad until these past couple of years. I was mid-30s before I realized, whoa, what the fuck? And so when we talk and I explained to her, the trauma, the severity of the trauma doesn't have anything to do with the event itself. It has everything to do with how alone you felt when you went through it. When I explain that to my clients, they're really able to, like, process and forgive themselves and stop with that toxic positivity of, like, well, I can't feel bad because other people have it worse. Here's the thing. You can feel bad that it happened to you, and you can work through the scars, and you can strengthen yourself, and you can get back into that, like, emotional gym and tell yourself, okay, I'm going to get strong, and I'm going to regulate my nervous system, and I'm not going to be, you know, impacted by the people around me. And, cause if other people around you can piss you off or make you angry or make you happy, you're not in control. How are you going to get where the fuck you want to go? So really understanding, the connection between your inner child, your inner teen, your shadow, and your subconscious, and recognizing all of them and allowing them to grow and flourish and thrive. That really is so important.
100%, 100%, and not swallowing it, and believing that we all have to carry our baggage till the end of time. I mean, this is also a lie that we've been told, that is so wrong. No. And there are ways in which you can set yourself free, and it doesn't have
Yeah.
to hurt as much anymore. And I think that is also the entire mental health industry will pivot in such a big way, I believe, um, where it's just about people who have healed and who have a vision for other people to heal as well. Because I think up till now, what was also a big problem is people who were very, I don't want to say broken, but have not, felt the felt differently. They have their limiting beliefs, and they tell their clients as well, this is how far you can go.
Yeah.
And the opposite is the truth. The opposite
And
is the
you,
truth,
you can't
and
use
we
your
are
pain as your
waking up to that.
identity. You know, you can't be like, oh,
You
well,
can't what?
I've struggled and I've had this and I've had this problem and if your pain is your identity, you're not in a place to grow.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. If you identify with your pain, with all also labels, then, you know, like, anxiety, I don't know. There are, I only know these German terms, which total creeps. Yeah. So if you find that power version within yourself, that's the goal, because it's already there. That's the funny thing. It's already there. And we have it's just like this, not just, I mean, it takes work, but layer by layer by layer. And your subconscious is so cool. It just gives you what you're ready to release. It's not like this asshole narcissistic pain in the ass, you know, like wanting you to bleed. It's really there to help you to get to the next level that you are capable of.
Yeah.
And yeah, we are incredible beings. Let's go for it, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So let's talk about this, because you've mentioned your daughter.
Yeah.
I have found that many founders hit a point where they feel like they have to choose between scaling and maintaining their personal life, you know, family, friends, fun, all that sort of stuff. So have you felt that way, and how have you navigated it?
Good question. Never, never, because I was before I would scale, I'd always know I'd be ready to hold that attention, to hold the amount of people that I want to serve. And so that's been always the work, not fast growth, but steady growth, so I could hold it, be ready, be prepared. You're never really prepared, because there are some things that come up anyways. But I was working more when I became really successful in that, working with security, feeling secure in whatever stage I was, to be able to hold the energy. That's basically it.
Yeah.
Very simple.
Trust yourself.
Not very simple, but sorry?
It's like if you really focus on learning how to trust yourself, you're never worried about what steps you're taking. You're never worried about what's next, because you know you can always
No,
handle it.
absolutely. 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 And it always comes for a reason. It always
Yeah.
comes for a reason. There comes the client that, you know, wants the training for half a year on how to become a creative leader. Was I ready? No. But then I became ready within 24 hours.
Yeah.
The mastermind for women, or for new moms who wanted to become entrepreneurs, it came to me. Was I ready? No, but again, 24 hours to go. So I think also this mindset of innovation, MVP. What do I being professional, be real, be there, be present, ask what they need, feel what they need, and translate. And you don't need the tools. Really, my first online course, and I had no idea, no idea. I created with Slack. With Slack, I mean, how incredibly embarrassing, actually. But you know, I had 24 hours. I said I committed, because I knew I would bug out again if I would have too much time. It was on a Saturday. I had 4 women. They all came up piling. So I'm not going to go into that. You know, when the universe is ready, you're ready. And then on Monday, I said, we'll start. I had a newborn baby. I had no time. So I was like, okay, I have no tech clue. So the only thing I can do is Slack. And then I created Monday morning. They had their first lesson in there. So value over perfectionism is always key, and MVP, so minimum viable product. What can you do at this present moment without spending? So, okay. A lot of clients also believe that they have to, in order to be ready, to be professional, spend a lot on, I don't know, whatever, Miro or you name it. This community website, what is it called? Mighty Networks. I've also had that, where you spend like $100 or something a month. And if you don't have that yet, this is a stretch. So why do you need to do that yet? So grow with what you have and really, my daughter's coming. Kannst du die Tür zumachen, Süße? Ja? Entschuldigung. Thank you. I got a stone. Kannst du die Tür zumachen? Okay. With what you have.
Okay. Tell her I have some too. Look.
Oh,
I got
nice.
crystals all around me. I just spilled my soda too. Son of a bitch. Hold on. I'll be okay. I promise. Okay. Next question. Look at this. It's real life, guys. It's real life. Okay. This is a question that I really want to get your thoughts on. Okay. So many female founders get caught in the cycle of being the doer instead of the CEO. So how do you make sure that you're staying in your zone of genius?
Nice. So I have my first 5 minutes in the morning, maybe sometimes 15 minutes. I have a golden hour, like a CEO golden hour, and I check. So what does really needs to be done from me? What can I delegate? And what is not relevant at all? Because I love to self-sabotage myself, right? So I'm an Aries. I love to bring things forward, but then I don't finish it. I like to get caught up in 3 different projects at the same time, and then I don't know which one to prioritize. So I had to learn to really, really get myself on my ass and write down what's the priority. That's everything for me. What's the priority? I don't need more. And what can I delegate today in order to move forward? It's very, very simple. I did tons of things back then and I just got overwhelmed. Today, I just need that. I envision my future. That's also very, very important, because then also the downloads come. What's my highest version, the next highest version, the next highest version, and what needs to be done therefore, and not, circling around what is happening right now so much.
That CEO golden hour is a really, really good idea. I have another client who graduated from my 6-week program and is now a mentor at the Neurospicy Academy. Hi, Rhiannon. Who has like a whole week just for CEO stuff, right? So a whole week every month, she's doing stuff for herself. She's not working one-on-one with clients. She's actually like taking a look. Here's what's going on here. Here's what's going on here. Da 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 da. Just to make sure that nothing falls through the cracks. And that works really well for her. She's also like synced it up with her cycle and stuff, because for me, if it's I have premenstrual dysphoric disorder. So there's a good 10 days of every month where it's very challenging for me to even be a kind person. So if I were to like save all the back end stuff for the week that I feel my fucking worst, I would be sabotaging myself. Like, it just couldn't happen.
Yeah. Yeah. And and be so super kind to yourself. Like if I need a break now, I would never allow myself breaks ever. Now I have an app that tells me every single hour to take 3 breaths or 3 minutes to whatever I need on that day. I set it in the morning, just to be in tune with myself. And again, it sounds, for some, it depends on also the clients. For some, this is too blurry, like they need the separation. Okay, I do work and then I do family life. For us as a family, because my husband is a stonemason, he's also freelance, we don't have a set time. Now I'm jumping on the call with you, he's like jumping in to get to do something with my kid, make pancakes. So it works for us, not just for me, but for us. So always check, how does it work for you personally and with your entire system that you're creating that needs to flourish,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Everyone
Absolutely. And
everyone
you've
needs
already
to
touched on
flourish.
this a little bit.
You can.
The reason that we go after stuff is because of the emotion and the feeling that we believe it's going to give us, right? So if you're collecting certificates,
Yep.
it's because secretly you think that that's going to validate you. And people are going to be like, oh, well, you have so many certificates. You're so smart, la, la, la. When in all actuality, you're validated just for who you are and what your natural capabilities and your magic are. And it's the same thing with designing the life that you want. I've had to walk people through this before where I say, okay, so in your dream life, 5 years from now, how do you wake up in the morning? What do you spend your time doing? Where are you at? That sort of stuff. And I'll walk them through that and they'll be like, oh, there was one woman in particular. She goes, I would have a slow morning. I would spend time with my dogs. I would go for a hike. I would drink really good coffee. I would work with clients for just a short period of time. I would have money rolling in, passively. And I said, okay, so what do your mornings look like now? And she was like, well, I wake up slowly with my dogs and we go for a hike. I'm like, okay. And, do you work with clients? She's like, yes, but I would like to work with more. Okay, but you are working with clients? Yep. Okay. Are you where you want to be? She's like, well, I'm moving to where I want to be in the next couple months. Excellent. So like really making people realize you're not as far away from your goals as you think you are. And if you can start living it now, it can come to you easier because you're
Exactly.
now like you're in the gym, you're building the capacity, you're getting stronger, you can lift the heavier weights. Like we don't go to the gym. If you haven't been to the gym in 3 years, you do not go in there and lift the 30-pound fucking dumbbells. You go in there and you curl 5 pounds and you get stronger over time and then it lasts longer. It's the same thing with building the life and the business that you want. If you want slow mornings when you're making $100,000 a month, have slow mornings now when you're making $10,000 to $20,000 a month. What are you doing, right? You're not as far away from it as you think you are.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. And people also, where I think is a very, it's also programmed. I just had this with one of my clients who, like the no, like no is a full sentence, and that gives you more capacity because we always think, okay, if I want this, I have to do more. I have to do more. I need more energy. I need more time. But saying no to the things that are draining you, that make no sense and that are not in alignment, will give you so much capacity to do all the things that you want to do. So I think saying no as women is the most underrated training there is. And declutter your space, declutter your friendship, declutter your environment, declutter your brain, your apps, your mornings, your evenings, declutter. I
Absolutely.
did a
Absolutely.
challenge, do this challenge. One of my beloved challenges in the masterminds is just like, every single day cut one thing off, the next day cut one more off. So day 1 you have 1, day 2 you have 2, day 3 day 2 you have 2, day 3 you already have 4, then so it adds up. And my math is off. You know what I'm saying? Like always one more. So at the
Yep.
end, when you do this 30 days, you have tons.
Yeah.
You have tons
Absolutely.
declutter
I have
and
never
celebrate yourself.
added stuff to a client's to-do list. If anything, we take up
Yeah.
to 25% of what they've been doing off of their plate, right? Because people come to me, they want to grow and scale and they're at their max capacity and they're like, I don't have any more to give, but I'm capped at my revenue. I'm capped at my happiness. I thought it would be more fun by this point in time. And I'm just not having the fun that I thought I would have. And I don't have the freedom I thought I would have. And I say, okay. And then we look at the individuals. Okay. Are you making time for exercise? Are you feeding yourself what you need to eat? Are you drinking water? Are you talking to the right people? Are you spending enough time on your self-care? Are you spending enough time, are you putting an outfit on every day? Or are you just rolling out of bed, getting the kids to school, sitting down at your fucking computer with their jammies on? Like our brain is not the kind of brain that's just going to wake up in the morning and go, let's do it. We have to get ourselves there. And if you're telling yourself you don't have the time and
Yeah.
energy to do it, we got to clear a lot of shit off your plate before we can add anything new.
Yeah, absolutely. 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 And what you say is so, so, so important. Again, it's not just work. It's your human being that,
Yeah.
creates the work. That's just the outcome. And then the revenue is the outcome of that, but that's at the end. So get yourself pumped really, really high, like make yourself a priority so you can
Yeah.
get there and not
Yeah.
hassle there and get a burnout through that, because it's not going to work.
Yeah.
Burnout's going to work. I had it. It works pretty fine, but that's just insane. It's just not the
Yeah.
way to go.
It's just not right. You're absolutely right. And if you don't have time for yourself, you can't have time for anybody else. And we are not meant to serve every person in our life, our kids, our spouse, our parents, our siblings, all that. You came to this planet with your mission to rise to the level of
Yeah.
excellence that you can possibly reach. And by doing that, you can help other people. But you cannot help other people if you're full of fucking resentment because you give and give and give and give and give. I was doing this for the first 35 years of my life. I can help you and I can help you and I can help you and I can help you. And then I would be pissed off secretly that nobody was ever offering me any help. But I'm sorry. If somebody is always saying, hey, can I help you? Hey, can I help you? You don't assume that person needs help. You figure that they're good if they're helping other people.
Right. Right. You can't fix the whole by healing others. Heal yourself and thrive, and that will heal because energy is contagious.
Yep. Absolutely. When I first started doing my CEO walks a couple of years ago, I had quit drinking. I quit drinking in November of 2022. And I realized that I was going to have to fill that time with something else because the universe hates a vacuum. So I started walking. So I started walking in November of 2022. But in the summer of 2023, I decided I am going to be a bitch that walks every single day, no matter what. And in Jacksonville, Florida, it's 100 degrees with 100% humidity every day from mid-June until freaking October 1st, right? So you really got to finagle your calendar to get a walk in so that you're not going to die of heat exhaustion. And so I walked every single day. I walked 4 miles every single day for 2 months. And I talked about it on my TikTok. But instead of telling my kids and my husband, hey, come on these walks with me, la, 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 I boxed them out of it. I was like, okay, I'm going on my walk now. Okay, I'm going on my walk now. Okay, I'm going on my walk now. And I started to feel so good that my husband, after just a few weeks, was like, okay, I'll go with you. And I said, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
did I ask you? He was like, no, you just look like you're having such a good time. I want to have a good time too. And I was like, oh, okay, fine, come on. But like,
Exactly.
I don't want to talk the whole time. I
Exactly.
got shit that I got to do. You can come with me, but you
Yeah.
can't get in the way. And I'm a Taurus sun and I'm a Taurus rising with an Aquarius moon. So I want to go where I want to go. You can come with me, but you can't tell me which way to turn. And he was like, okay, let's go. So, if you take that approach, especially with kids, especially with
Yeah.
spouses, especially with people that you
Yeah.
live with, if you start doing something that makes you feel really good, they'll naturally see it and they'll be interested.
Absolutely. 100%. 100%. We also we love dinner party. So every night we have a dinner party. We dress up a little. We have, nice food. It's always like often 2-course meals, and people are always like, why are you doing that? And it's just because this feeling of
Yeah.
being together and feeling like on a holiday,
Yeah.
it's so special. It's really so special. So why wait? You can
Yeah.
have everything, like it's about this feeling, and you can create it in your own walls. And that is actually the mastery. Because yes, you can dream about a retreat, or like getting retired early, whatever. I had a client who was always having this clinging on to her sabbatical, and once she realized that it's not needed at all, this is just an illusion to push her dream completely away out of her life, actually, because it was not compatible to where she was at. And then she integrated this as a life motto. She didn't need the sabbatical anymore, and everything shifted positively from there because she was at her end goal, basically. And so, yeah, try really to make your life where you're at as beautiful as possible every single day. It's not going to be possible every single day, but make an effort to put the shit away and focus on the good. Great.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, here's a good question that I'm very interested to hear your answer, because we met on Threads. And I'm not very big on Threads. I don't post there a lot of the time. I actually don't understand it because I'm dyslexic. I've never understood Threads or Blue Sky
Oh,
or
I'm so
Twitter.
glad
I
you're
don't
saying
understand
this.
where it goes. I don't understand where I end up. I don't know who's talking where. I just don't get it. So, what is your current approach to visibility and building your brand? And do you feel like it's working the way that you want it to?
So that's a good question. Visibility has always been it's for all of us. It's a big issue. Not a big issue. It's like a playing field. When I
Yeah.
switched from that's the issue to, okay, I can do whatever I want. This is fun. And this is so different. I mean, what you were saying, Threads is so different to YouTube, is so different to Instagram, whatnot. So I just leveled up my strategy a bit, and I committed to 2 times a day, which is high frequency, but I wanted to make it super simple. So that's where I'm at right now, making things very basic for me, but with high impact. So I'm on the way, as always. I've always been on the way. I'm never there. Um, and also, my YouTube wasn't really cool for a long time. So I'm going to start, not because of that, but the Changelicious podcast has been in the making for a long time till I am ready now. So this is a completely new, it's a new game, I believe. The Changelicious thingy project will be entirely different, and will shake things up in ways I don't know. So I always have a vision, and I always have a feeling that this is the next step, and then I just do it. I can't really say. I've tried like all of these all of these online strategies, and when I realized all of these strategies, because I'm a strategizer, I've been in the corporate world, blah, blah, blah. And when I realized this is just my fear cloak that I want to cover up things with, and being in my head too much, I don't create any impact. So my head is completely burnt. I burnt my head in terms of social media. And I just lead with whatever I feel is the next step in terms of my, CEO hour, 5 minutes in the morning. And then I do. And I'm happy. Yeah, I can't say that I'm unhappy with it, because I connect to so many cool people
Yeah.
who are online. What are you doing online? Like, um, yeah, and I think there's so much more to come now. There's so many shifts in the entire collective, where people also realize, okay, what is real, what isn't real. All of this AI talk, I think, will be, it's unnecessary. It's necessary, but it's also unnecessary, because people are smart. They know what is
Yeah.
real and what can help them, and we're all connected. So the people who need me, you, us, they come through.
Yeah. And you don't really have to vet the people that come through if you're being 100% authentic all the time, right? If every time I go online, and here's my strategy with
Yeah.
social media, I believe that I manifested TikTok as a small child because I always wanted to be famous or well known, but I cannot act and I cannot sing. Well, not in a way that people would pay to see me. But I knew I wanted to be in front of a lot of people. And then all of a sudden in 2020, when the world shut down, I found TikTok, and I knew it had been around, but I just didn't think it was right for me. And I fell in love with it. And then I launched my business in 2020 at the end. And I went, oh, TikTok's how I'm going to do it. And I remember meeting with a couple different coaches to see if I wanted to hire them. And every single one of them told me, I'll teach you how to grow on YouTube. And I said, I don't want YouTube. I want TikTok. And they said, you can't do that. And the other one said, I'll teach you how to grow on Facebook. And I said, I don't want Facebook. I want TikTok. Mind you, I was already growing on TikTok. And then the third one told me, I'll teach you how to grow on Instagram. And I said, I want TikTok. And they all said, you can't do what you want to do on TikTok. And wouldn't you know, every single one of them is trying to build on TikTok now. And I'm sitting over on TikTok, fat and happy, doing exactly what I want to be doing. So don't let people tell you that you can't do it the way you want to do it, because you have the calling and you have the
Oh no.
ideas, because it's meant for you to carry it out. Like you said earlier, I believe that ideas are just entities that are floating around energetically, and they plop into your head. And if you don't take advantage of it, if you don't write the book, if you don't write the song, if you don't make the video, whatever it is, it's going to go to the next person, and then they're going to do it. And you're going to look at yourself and you're going to be like, damn it, I had that idea years ago or months ago and I didn't do it.
100%. Amen to that. Absolutely. I love the analogy of entities. Absolutely. You're just a vessel. Walk, blurb it out, bring it to life. That's it. That's it, basically.
Yeah. It really is.
But
All right, let me ask you this last question so you can really set everybody up for success. Okay. What advice would you give to a founder who's almost at the level that you're at now, but still feels stuck?
That still feels stuck.
Yeah, what advice would you give them?
Oh boy, embrace the stuckness. Embrace the stuckness for a moment. Don't fight your stuckness, and then get the vision. If you're at the level now, then I assume you have a purpose, you have values, you have a clear purpose where you want to be at, and that's your clarity point. Then just do the layer work. Honestly, just do the layer work. Cleanse yourself from the blocks that are holding you back so you can be free and safe, feeling secure in your body and with the entire energy that you're putting out and that you're receiving. Become a receiver. And these blocks, by the way, I don't think we covered that yet. Subconscious is cool. So here, energetic is cool, but also there are a lot of people who have a high calling at the moment, and also are my clients karmic. So going intergenerational, but also into the karma field. What kind of karmic blocks do you have? Can easily peasily just transmute it. But you just have to know about them in order to, depict it and then pull it out. And then just create. You know that creativity and using your creativity is the antidote to fear. So take your pen and paper, sketch it out, get someone who helps you get the first thingy out, and then build on that. Create your creative confidence, which is just a muscle. And over time, you're unstoppable.
Really, that's so true. And I wrote that down too. Creativity is the antidote to fear, because if everybody understood that, and one thought that always comes to my mind when we talk about social media, because I hear this all the time, or that when people are really starting out and they're like building their brand online, they have this nagging fear that people from their real life are going to find their content and they're going to be like, oh my God, she's trying to be a content creator. Oh, she's trying to be a coach. She's trying to do this. Your social media is for those unicorn clients and the community of unicorn clients that you are building to serve. If anybody else finds your content and they don't like it, good. That's not for them. Be as authentic as you possibly can be online, and they'll like it or they won't, but that's none of your freaking business.
No, if that triggers them, just look away. Please just look away. Save your time. And you choose. I mean, the power of choice that we have as human beings on this planet is absolutely underestimated, because if you choose to be an author, I was still doubting myself. I have clients that have published 3 books, and me too. I was published author, and I still didn't believe I was an author. Okay, but then you self-sabotage yourself. Because when you're on a big stage, and you're like, yeah, I'm a coach, and you're a I'm a published author, and you choose that identity, and you work, get your fears, out, and become that, and then everything falls into place.
That's so true. It's so fantastic. Oh,
Become.
it's been so great to have you on the pod. Hedi, tell everybody where they can find you on social media. This will also be in the show notes, so don't worry. You'll be able to scroll down and see all of this. But tell everybody where they can find you and how they can work with you.
Okay, so my website is www.hedischaefer.com. There are all my programs, my one-on-ones, my masterminds, also my online courses. I just finished the Purpose Week, which will give you a speed fast forward to not just the purpose itself, but like coming home to yourself. So that's on my website. Also, find me on Hedi_Schaefer, Schafer, and Hedi is Hedi_Schaefer. Thank
It's
you
like
so
Heidi,
much for
but
having
without that
me.
middle I.
It was a great. What
I'm
was
sorry,
that?
what'd you say? Oh,
What did you?
I said your name is like Heidi, but without that middle I. So like Heidi, but without that
Exactly.
middle I. Heidi.
Actually, it's Hedwig. You know Harry Potter's owl.
I'm
Don't
not a
tell
big Harry
anybody.
Potter girl. I feel like a bad millennial. I'm not a big Harry Potter girl. I read Harry Potter and then I watched some of the movies, but it's all too long for me.
Oh, I get it. I get it. So, okay. Anyways, he has an owl, which is called Hedwig. That's my real name, but don't tell anybody.
Really?
It's Hedi. It's Hedi. Hedi's fine. Hedi works fine.
Hedwig. Does that have a translation in English? Like, you know how Esteban is Steven in Spanish?
I think it's actually Hedwig. I think there's nothing. It's so old, and it's ancient. When you go to the cemetery, you see Hedwigs all around, but not in real life anymore.
Wow. I
It's a
wonder if that
German
has
name.
anything to do with your generational karma and stuff and working out stuff for your female lineage.
Oh yeah. Oh, don't wonder. That's true. That's true. Hmm. Yeah, yeah. Goes way back.
Oh, this has been
Goes
so
way back. We've
fantastic.
a couple of times.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yay. Well,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hedi, thank you so
All the
much for
time.
being on the
Our
pod. You have
secret
been an
mission.
absolute pleasure.
Thank you.
And for everybody
Thank you
that's
so
watching, I
much.
love you all equally and for different reasons. And we will talk again very soon. Okay, bye.